It's 7 minutes past the 3 o'clock hour. Welcoming you to Hard Facts. It's the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And we're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Itimiyan Crescent, Victoria Island in Lagos. My name is Mary Okon. Welcome to the show. As usual, because I beg to differ comes up at 4 p.m., we're bringing the big hard facts to the 3 o'clock hour so that you don't miss out on the big conversations today. As I did promise yesterday, today we have with us, joining us live via Zoom, the Honourable Information Commissioner in Lagos State, Mr. Gbenga Omotoso, has joined us. And we're going to be talking all things Lagos. Yes, lots of things have been happening, and this is an opportunity for the Lagos State government to intimate us on what they're doing in the state. So this is the state of Lagos on the Big Hard Facts. My name is Mary Okon. Welcome, Lagos. Let's get into conversations. Yes, of course. Don't forget, we're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM, on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live. If you're watching and listening to us from outside of the country, we're also live via Skype. Yes, you can join the conversation. We're Nigeria Info FM on Skype. Send me a WhatsApp message if you have questions for the Honourable Commissioner, or better still, you can send me a message via Twitter. Use the hashtag HardFacts. Honourable Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us. I know that I have been on your case, on your matter. I've dragged, and finally you've said yes. I know that you've also left some of the things that you're doing today to answer to the call of Nigerians and Lagosians most especially. So thank you so much for joining us on the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Without further delay, let's just go straight to it. 2024 has come. I mean, aside from the fact that Nigerians have to deal with the cost of living crisis, Lagos in itself is the center of excellence. This is more like a melting pot. This is the London or the New York of Nigeria, and everybody's literally comes to Lagos. Businesses are done here. Lagos has been recorded to have one of the highest, if not the highest, IGR for so long. And many people would wonder why, what is it so important about Lagos? But then we cannot have an excellent Lagos without a government. And so that's why you're here. So let's start by looking at some of the projects that the Lagos State government is doing since 2024 started, especially the ban of plastics and styrofoams. A lot of people didn't like the idea, but of course, genuinely, it's because you want to keep a safe and, environmentally friendly Lagos. Let's talk about that first.
Well, thank you so much. And it's I think it's not out of place to say Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Like you have said, Lagos has been doing a lot of things since the beginning of the year. But since you have been specific about the ban on styrofoam, let me just start from there. We had no choice. The discussion began about 3 years ago. Unlike what people are saying that it's a sudden ban. It's not sudden at all. We've been discussing it for about 3 years. And we are just going the way of everybody who values earth, of everybody who values decency, of everybody who values environmental decency. Because if you look at the kind of money that the government spends on cleaning the drains while awaiting the rains, you know that, and you discover that the drains are brought by this material. You discover that this kind of ban is necessary. It's something that we just have to do. You look at the health implication of having these materials around us. Experts have said that they cause cancer and some other irreversible diseases. Mm-hmm. And I think the Lagos government just said, enough is enough. We need to put the brakes on all of these things. And this is exactly what we have done. And people have said that, don't you consider the people who live by selling all these things and people who sell food using styrofoam? Well, we have considered all of that. Lagos has always gone the way of life. When life has a clash with a livelihood, we would rather choose a life. And in this particular case, we are talking about the lives of all Lagosians, the earth of all Lagosians, and we will not going to sacrifice all of that on the altar of Naira and Kobo. And that is exactly what has happened.
A lot of people are wondering what happens, because there are people, I'm sure, Honourable Commissioner, that there are people whose businesses are and livelihood is dependent on these styrofoams and, unrecyclable plastic. So there are people who must have taken loans, who their whole shop, that's all they sell. Was there more like an information that was passed to these people to help them pace it? Because I've read about states in the the USA who have paced it. There are states who have said given a 3 year for people to phase it out in that state. So the ban really fully comes to effect in 2025. In some other places, 2026. For other states that has started early, the ban comes to full effect in 2024. Did the Lagos government give these people that kind of leeway or room to phase these things out as opposed to just putting an outright ban?
Thank you so much. I've just said that the discussion began about 3 years ago at the Executive Council and outside the Executive Council, engagement with the manufacturers, engagement with the retailers, engagement with everybody involved. We were not just going to wake up one day and then pronounce a ban on styrofoam. We have been discussing it with them. We have been showing them why it's not feasible for us to allow this to go on and on. And we have been showing them the health implications of having styrofoam around us. And honestly, they all agreed. Like you have said, they are saying that the ban should not have come like this. And that's why the government said it's not going to take immediate effect, that we are giving them a room of 3 weeks of enforcement. And that is why we are not enforcing the ban. But you see, it's a tough decision that we need to take. And that is what we have done. We have taken that decision. We know it is tough. We know people will talk about livelihood, about people, but anytime livelihood has a collision with vibes, we will always choose a life, and that is what has happened in this particular case. We cannot say because people, manufacturers, retailers, all of them talk about how are we going to change. It's very difficult for you to bring a new thing and people will begin to change. But there are alternatives that have been tested, paper bags, even plastic that you can use more than once. Mm-hmm. They all have these alternatives that we are talking about. But we as human beings, we talk about the change in a manner that we give the impression that change is such a tough thing to do because we are used to a particular way of doing things. And this is why the government has said that this is all sentiment when it has to do with health, when it has to do with the well-being of our people, when it has to do with the environment. The only thing that we can leave behind for our kids is the environment. We have to tell them what we have done about the environment. And we are determined to leave behind a good environment, a clean environment, a healthy environment. So when you are this determined, you don't begin to talk about the naira and kobo of it.
Lovely. I love how you talk about, Mother Earth and why it's very important for us to live a very healthy environment to the children that we have and the ones that will come after. Still staying with that, let's talk about the open defecation situation in Lagos. It's a terrible one. The people who live on that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway axis have complained, over and over about the fact that too many people have turned that median of the road to their private toilet or bathroom. And this is detail force everywhere in Lagos right now. I kid you not. The Lekki axis. We have so many people now living on the streets, sleeping in their cars. So there are no bathrooms. When I was younger, even in this Lagos, there used to be, public toilets, that you can pay and use. But then you go through this whole stretch all the way towards the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, and you hardly see a public toilet. I remember that under the Ambode government, some were brought in. Where did those toilets go? Because, of course, again, that affects the health and the air that we breathe across the Lagos State metropolis. Do you not agree with me, sir? Honorable Commissioner, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes. So what is the government doing about the open defecation situation in Lagos?
Yeah, first, let me just correct the impression that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is all about Lagos. No, there is a point that you get to and you know that you have just started coming into Lagos and the other parts, they fall in the neighboring state of Okon, not in Lagos. Yes, there is open defecation problem in Lagos, but it's not as much as people are making us to believe, even though we are also tackling the matter in a manner that shows that we do not want it at all because it is not civilized, because it is not human, because it is not the way to go, it is not who we are. Lagosians are very clean people, but like I usually say, Lagos is a victim of its own success. Lagos is the smallest, the tiniest state in Nigeria, about 5.7 square kilometers, 5,777 square kilometers, and which is about 0.5% of Nigeria. And it has the highest number of people, the highest concentration of Black people in the world. The population going at 10 times out of New York, 10 times out of Los Angeles, and about 30 African countries put together, all in this tiny space. And this tiny space we are talking about, 25% of this is all water. So Lagos has that problem of people trooping in every day because the law does not permit us to stop them. So when they come in here, they put a lot of pressure on the infrastructure, including public facilities or public bathrooms. We have them, but they are not enough. And it's not because we are not doing enough, but because the population is damn too high for us to cope with.
Interesting. But of course, there is whether we like it or not, everybody wants to come. When people say they are leaving to town, of course, they are coming to Lagos. We know from the north, from the south, from the middle belt, everybody's coming to Lagos. But in the interim, what could be the thing that we could do as Lagos? Because again, this is where the money is. This is where the economic capital is, to reduce that level of bad emissions in the air, because these things could also become a health hazard of sorts, which is already happening. We see the damaging air that comes now with this so-called Hamatan that has spanned into February and it's still going. How do we reduce the health effects that these things can have on us in the interim?
What we usually do is to encourage local governments to build more public toilet facilities, and then to ensure that they are well kept, to ensure that people are encouraged to use them. And apart from that, wherever you have a gathering of people, about 25 or more than that, 100 people, we encourage them. In fact, it's a matter of law that they must have public toilet facilities there. So that is why before you have a big party in Lagos, before you have a concert in a hall, the Lagos State Safety Commission will go around and look at the place. And one of the things that they look at is things concerning public health. And they look at that and say that, hey, you must have X number of public bathrooms here for people to use during your concert, during your show. And we encourage people who are providing these facilities to continue to provide them, to continue to scale up, ramp up the number of such facilities that they have. And hardly can you go to any party in Lagos now where you have about 100, 200 people and you don't have all these toilet facilities. So we are making people doing advocacy and allowing them to know the health implications of all these indecent activities.
Moving away from that, let's talk about still, of course, Lagos. This is something that people have continuously spoken about, the use of the pedestrian bridges in Lagos. A lot of people would like to use it. Most people might use it in the day, but then at night, they tell you they can't use it because it's unsafe. There are no lights. It's very dark, as opposed to some of the ones you have on the mainland where it's a see-through. These are the ones that are closed up. And even if you were being harassed or you're being, grabbed by someone who was lurking in the dark, nobody can really see to help you. So these pedestrian bridges that are supposed to save lives could also, in fact, have also become where some of these, unusual miscreants lurk in the dark to steal from people and dispossess them of their precious items. What can the government do to make those pedestrian bridges safe enough? Even though we know we have Coconut Head in this Lagos, some people still want to cross the express. But how do we make it safe, especially at night?
Thank you so much. And thank you for the last point that you made. There are so many places where you have these bridges and people don't shun them, even during the day. So it's not a question of you go and cross a pedestrian bridge at night and you get attacked by unscrupulous characters. It's not to be so much of a problem than asking people to simply obey the rule that says you must use those pedestrian bridges. Every day people get knocked down, unnecessarily so, because they don't want to use the pedestrian bridge. But those who are using the pedestrian bridge and complaining that they are unsafe at night, it's not in all of the places that they are unsafe. Lagos, like I said, is a very hugely populated place. Hardly can you see a pedestrian bridge that is not busy. And when you have that kind of busy pedestrian bridge, I mean, it's not all the time you find cases of people getting attacked. I do not want to make excuses for the law enforcement agencies, but I think that they are doing a lot. I'm talking about having the place well lit so that people can have the confidence to cross. There are some of them that are connected to the public lighting system. And once you don't have the public lighting system on, they may be affected. But generally, they are not, most of the time, the ones that I see and the ones that I used to, they are not that deserted that people can have the confidence to go and attack others there.
Hmm. I'll let Lagosians who use that pedestrian bridge to speak on it when the time comes. But I have just 1 minute before I go on a break. When we come back from our break, I have so many questions. I want to talk about the bridge, under bridge, the batches, the people who have, one way or the other, taken over some of these places under the bridge. In fact, on Lekki Expressway, as if you're going towards the Lekki Phase 1 gate, on the left, right after where you have those auto car shops, you will see a whole line of batches. It's like they decided that this is going to be their real estate, of batches leading all the way to that police station by the New Market Road. What is the government going to do about that? Because on Sunday, I think a whole line of batches also caught fire somewhere in Kushela, just by, I think, the Lekki Gardens, estate. And that's because an empty land has been taken over by these people who were homeless, and they built batches. And that, when the fire started, it was so big that it could have crossed over into that estate. Do we stop under the bridge? How about other places where these people are illegally residing? We'll take a quick break, Honorable Commissioner, while you think about the answer to those questions. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Honorable Commissioner for Information, Gbenga Omotoso, is live with us in the studio and is taking your questions. Of course, when we come back from the break, he's still here with us. Stay with us, Lagos. My name is Marianne Okon. We'll be right back.
This is Hard Facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, back at you once again with some information you can use now. We all know we are in the season of love. Yes, Valentine is definitely upon us. And nobody is encouraging you quite like Wazobia Perfume to embrace the spirit of love and confidence with the Wazobia Perfume Scented Memory Challenge. Share a memory of how a loved one inspired confidence in you by words or actions and stand the chance to win a beautifully curated hamper for both yourself and that special person. To participate, follow us on Instagram at Wazobia Cosmetics. Yes, you heard me right, at Wazobia Cosmetics. Share how a special person inspired confidence in you and express your gratitude in the comments. Tag the confidence inspiring person. Use the hashtags #Wazobia Scented Memory Challenge, #Wazobia Cosmetics, #The Correct Scent, #Wazobia Perfume. Now, entries close at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, the 13th of 2024. Entries with the most likes take home the grand prize. So pour out your heart, spread the love, and let the memories flourish. Because the special thing about memories is that memories gain more value as time goes on. As time flies, the memories you have made start to mean more and more with each passing day. So make those memories. Make them this Valentine. Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent.
This is an infomercial.
Credible journalism, bridging the gap between people and those in authority. With Hard Facts, you are sure to get only the facts.
Tune in to Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts. A show that awakens your passion for travel and exploration. A fresh door to a world of thrilling tours, cultural wonders, excitement, inspiration, and discovery. Welcome to Travel and Culture, where the love for travel meets the magic of radio. Join us as we embark on virtual journeys, bringing you the best of travel tips, first-hand experiences from bustling cities, serene landscapes, and fun spots across the globe. We uncover hidden gems that makes the world a travel paradise. Join us on Travel and Culture every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Get ready to set sail into a world of wonders. Travel and culture. Discover the world with us.
Guy, have you heard the latest? Latest? It's me up. It's the Redmi Note 13 series. This phone is all about making every shot iconic. It offers a 200MP ultra high-res camera and OIS that creates master shots. And I am not even done yet. The Redmi Note 13 series is here with all the features you need in a smartphone. It offers an impressive 1.5K 120Hz AMOLED curved display with ultra-thin bezels for an immersive viewing. It also comes with a 5000 mAh battery capacity and a 120-watt iPad charge. Is it the MediaTek Helio 7200 Ultra? The processing is so on point. If you see this phone, sleep.
I see. This phone is definitely for those that are future ready.
Yes, join those who are future ready by experiencing the Redmi Note 13 series today. Visit any of our social media platforms at Xiaomi Nigeria. Xiaomi, make innovation for everyone.
I Beg to Differ Season 7 is about to start. 32 debaters selected from a pool of over 200 entries. 33 topics drawn from various facets of life. One winner, 1 million naira. Join Femi Abong-Daniels and me, Mondays to Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. to catch every show. For sponsorship, call 070-3498-4352 or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ Season 7, a tournament of champions.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hatchback. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts
With Marian Okon.
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, it is 99.3 Nigeria Info. The program is Hard Facts. This will be your most authentic news experience. I always say that. And it's nowhere else but on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Mary Okon, and live with me in the studio is the Honourable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Gbenga Omotoso. We're talking about Lagos, all things Lagos. And here is your golden opportunity to ask all the questions that you have in the little time that we have, of course. But before that is being done, don't forget we're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. Or you could also join us. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. You can also join us if you're listening from outside of the country. You want to chime in if you are a Lagosian living outside of the country and you have concerns. Of course, join the conversation via Skype. We're Nigeria Info FM, and of course on WhatsApp and on Twitter. That's what we call X today. Use the hashtag Hard Facts. That way I'm able to take your thoughts and comments. Honorable Commissioner, before we went on that break, I did ask about the issue of the batchers, because we saw what happened with some of the places that you had dislodged some of these illegal, settlers under the bridge. But can we stop there? I just pointed you to one that's here in Lekki, and there are many more on that particular axis. Is the Lagos State government considering dealing with those issues also? Because not just are they a problem, but they, just like I said, it could cause fire, it could cause anything, and who knows the people who live in those batches.
Thank you so much. Like I said, well, there are so many things that the government is doing that people are not really being informed about, but they can see. About a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we started a kind of a battle against all these shanties, where people just pick up a government space and begin to build on them and then staying there all on the excuses that they don't have a home. Like I said, Lagos is the tiniest state in Nigeria, occupying about 5.7 square meters. And of these 5.7 square meters, 25% is all water. So there is a massive pressure on the little land that we have. So everybody comes into Lagos after seeing Lagos as their own Eldorado, seeing Lagos as their own Canaan land, a land flowing with milk and honey, where they can find a green pasture. So they come in here without anything at all, just the hope that all will be well in the city. So they come in and sleep wherever they can find and build wherever they can find. So that's why last week we went to under the bridge in Ijora and clear the place. That's why a couple of months ago we went to the corridor of the Blue Line, all the way from the National Arts Theatre up to Mile 2 and cleared up the place. And the place you are talking about around Lekki, I assure you they declared. Wherever you have all these shanties in Lagos, because they represent homes of not just the people who don't have a place to stay, but we believe, we as security agencies believe that criminals hide in. So all of those places along the Lekki corridor, they be cleared out.
Okay. All right. I want to give Lagosians an opportunity to, talk to you and ask questions. And of course, this is one of the reasons why we have you here, sir. So if they have questions, they have comments or concerns, of course, they have the opportunity to ask those questions. So Lagos, join the conversation. This one's for you, 0700 993 993 993. You could also join the conversation. If you're a lady, 0201 465 7190. Just for the ladies, 0201 465 7190. Or you could join us via Skype or on WhatsApp. Let's go. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling
from? My name is Sam from Mowe.
Sam, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay. My guest, you are welcome, sir. Our guest. I thank you for the work Lagos State is doing. There's something that we expect you to throw more light on. This drinks that have been sold, I think less than 200 cl. I think that a ban on it. We really speak on it. And also, the people moving from one place or the other without, in fact, you don't know whom they have. If you come like early in the morning, you are going from one place to the other. A group of boys just standing, smoking and drinking. And what do we do to all this? To control movement of people like that.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. Honorable Commissioner.
Yeah, thank you so much. I suspect he's talking about guys you just see on the roads, homeless, no place to stay, no addresses at all, and then they constitute security problems. Lagos State government, in conjunction with the police, the Lagos State Police Command, they've been taking these guys off the streets for quite some time now, and the activities were stepped up about a couple of days ago. Only yesterday, Mr. Governor convened a security council meeting. All of the military representatives were there. The police commissioner was there. The director of state services was there. And all of the key people who do one thing or other concerning security in Lagos, they were all there. And what it means is that Lagos is not going to take chances about security at all. So all the people, the guys, the caller was talking about, they are people that the security agencies can take care of. And I can assure you that they will take care of them. Because if you watch television and listen to the news, about a week ago, over 200 of such people were arrested in Lagos and then I think paraded by the police. So I think the government is on top of it.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon to you, Miriam.
Good afternoon. Please turn off your radio.
Good afternoon to the commissioner.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Prince Wise, calling you from Amuodofin.
Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Mr. Commissioner, good afternoon. May God bless you for coming around. This time around, I want to just say thank you to Mr. Governor for what he has been doing. Especially the Commissioner for Environment. He's doing fantastic in Lagos. And I want the Lagos State government to continue with this. My question to you is this, sir. Lagos is so dark during the night, especially my two, down to Amuwodo for my area. I want Mr. Governor to please. Lagos want to look like Dubai now. but it must make Lagos is light during the night. That's part of fighting insecurity.
Okay.
I want the election to be on during the night. Please, I'm begging. Good
Okay.
evening, good afternoon to you.
That's also one of the things that people who complain about the pedestrian bridge complain about. If there was light on the streets, on the express, I mean, for someone who goes to work very early or goes for a run early in the morning, everywhere's literally dark, so you're scared. You're not sure if someone's lurking in the dark. So if, like you said, we must turn Lagos to Dubai, we have to light it up first. So, Honorable Commissioner, is this in the works?
Yeah, thank you so much. We are doing a lot about the street lighting matter that he spoke of. But I will just confess to you, what we were doing before is not something that you can sustain. It's not sustainable.
Mhm.
What we were doing, we were trying to light up the streets using a diesel. And everybody knows the cost of diesel now. It's just not sustainable. So what the government has done is to first do what we call retrofitting. All of the lamps that you see now, the ones that are on, you see that they are brighter than the ones that you used to have. The reddish, dull light that we used to have. But now, if you see where the lights are on, they are very bright. They are brighter than what you used to see. They are whitish, and they are also very attractive, and they make the streets look fine. But I know that there are so many streets that you have that are dark nowadays. So what we are trying to do is to see how we can use solar to resolve this problem and to see how we can use gas. So we are experimenting between these two and some other forms to see that our streets are well lit at night. So the experiment is still going on, and very soon we come up with a particular policy that will have to help us to light up all the streets all of the time.
Lovely. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Uzoma on the line.
Uzoma, turn off your radio, please.
From Ijegu Ikotu.
Go ahead.
Please, I'm still dwelling on that light issue. I don't know if NEPA not giving us light have come to stay or what. At least they can have sympathy on the small-scale business people. There's no work, and those who are doing like organizer, like tailors, the list goes on and on and on. No light. You come to the house, you come back from work, sunshine, no light in the morning, no light in the night, no light. What is happening? And see, Lagos you're trying to turn Lagos to a mega city. How without light? How? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Still on the line, but I'll just take another call to add to that one. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Mrs. Oboli.
Mr. Boli, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
All right. I just want to commend Lagos State for what it's doing presently. But I also want to say, as much as there's a ban on the styrofoam, the alternative, what are the plans? Because, you see, we like this follow-through process. What are the plans on ground for what the alternative will be so that they will not flood our drainages? That's my question.
Okay. Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you so much. Let me just start from the first one. The woman who called in from Ijeguna spoke about the power problem in that place. Well, I sympathize with that. It's very serious for you to go to work and return. There is no light for you to do one or two things. Then small-scale industrialists are also suffering the problem. As you know, light is not under the state. It's a national issue, but recently Lagos State government led the battle to change the policy that gives the federal government the sole authority of the provision and distribution of power. And I think it's just been signed into law. A bill has just been signed into law by the president. So the Lagos State government is going to do more about this. Our target is to see that there is no part of Lagos that you want to have electricity that will not be able to have it. And that is why, as early as 2 years ago, we started to do something about metering by having meters given to our people free of charge. So many places have had the opportunity of benefiting from that program. But we continue to engage Eco Disco and all of that. all of them about the problem of some areas. But I would have loved it if a woman had told me that the community people went to make a case. They may not even know, the disco may not even know that there is no supply in that area if they are not complained to. So if they have not received any complaint, they may not know that there is a problem about supply there. So I would encourage them to go and complain to the disco in charge. And talking about alternatives to styrofoam, there are so many alternatives, and that is what we are pushing for our people to embrace. They can use paper, repackage whatever you want, and paper is easy to rework, you know, and then use it again as it's done in other parts of the world. They can use plastic that you not the one that you can use once and throw away, but the ones that you can use and use and use again, clean them up and then use them again. So these are just the alternatives that we are talking about that people are embracing all over the world. But like we said, the health of Lagosians is more important to us than the matter of Naira and Kobo, that not having an alternative that some people are talking about. I mean, the alternative of paper is very, very easy to find.
Yeah. All right, let's take a few more calls, Honorable Commissioner. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact.
Good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Honorable Commissioner. Olaluwa is my name. I'm calling from Ikorodu in Gbenga.
Perfect. Go ahead.
And so I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner for the work he's doing. But then here in Ikorodu, Gbenga side, we have this terrible road. I've been hearing some callers mentioning it over and over, and it seems the government is not doing anything about it. It will surprise you from that particular place to Ikorodu bus stop, the major. We will transport on public, using public transport. 800 naira, sometimes 1,700. The same Ikorodu because of that bad road. Please kindly help this environment, get this particular place done so that we can always move with ease. Please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Another call here. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact. Hello.
Hello, Maria.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Hussein. I'm from Kushofe.
Okay.
Good afternoon, the Honorable Commissioner.
Go ahead, please.
My own question is, my own question on the miscreants, those agberos, those criminals who are staying in the road, more especially around Apapa and Yonaba axis, collecting money from trucks. I'm working on the logistics sector in this Lagos, so we know how much a driver would spend between costing to Yonaba, more especially the containers. These people are just everywhere, collecting money from 5,000 sometimes to 10,000. A driver sometimes can sell like 70,000, and it's really out of concern. So I just want the Lagos State government to urgently do something about those hoodlums, because we believe that money is not going to the government coffer, but to their own pocket. Please, Mr. Commissioner, we want the Lagos State government to do something. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Honorable Commissioner, would you like to comment on the issue of hoodlums and unnecessary taxing of these drivers?
So
yes. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. The man who was talking about Ikorodu, well, it's fine that he's talking about a road that we have not done in Ikorodu. He should also talk about all the others that the government has done. All I want to say is that Ikorodu people, they are dearly loved by Mr. Governor and by this administration, and they are going to get their own share of all of the dividends of democracy coming from this administration. We did the Jeddah Road Phase 1 has been commissioned. We did Obasekuma Road that had been there for about 9 years. Mr. Sanwo-Olu came in and completed it. We have the youth center in Ikorodu and so many other things about Ikorodu, and plus housing estate that people love. They want to live in there. But what he has said is very well noted, and I'll pass the message on to my colleague in the Ministry of Works so that they can see what they can do about that road as early as possible. Then the man talking about people, hoodlums harassing truck drivers in
Yes.
Apapa area. It's a part of the things that we discussed yesterday as part of the cost of the kind of cost of food, high cost of food that we are talking about in the land now. And those guys who are doing that, they don't have any right to do it at all. It is illegal for you to wheel a truck and begin to ask them to pay money. And he has rightly described them as good laws. I know that the Lagos State Police Command is not joking with these guys, but when you talk about the port, Apapa, the port has a command of its own, a police command. We will try to link up with the police command and the port to ensure that they take care of all these guys. I mean, once some of them are arrested and locked up, they will know that it's legal for them to harass people. So the Lagos State government is also concerned about that, because we don't want that, because that is part of the reason why you have high cost of goods. If drivers have to pay money to some non-state actors for them to be able to move goods, that is going to add to the cost of goods, and we don't want that, especially now in Nigeria or in Lagos. So we take that as a kind of a very good feedback, and we ask the police command, the port command, and Lagos State Police Command to work together to see how these guys can be taken off the road so that they won't be disturbing the trucks anymore.
Let me go to social media because they also have questions so they can be carried along. Let me go to WhatsApp. We have some messages here on our WhatsApp portal. Let me see. Someone here says, good work to bring officials and resource persons. I thank the Lagos State government and especially Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his dexterity and responsiveness to the citizenry. My question to the Honourable Commissioner is, Okay, Chris, this is not very important, so I'm not. If you want to know where the Honourable Commissioner is from ancestrally, you can slide into his DM and ask him that. Someone is asking you here, sir, please, if it's true that the state wants to share 5,000 naira trader money to 15,000 traders in Lagos, and how transparent will the process be? Well, I do know that this is true, but Honourable Commissioner, I think you're in a better position to explain the trader money situation to Lagosians. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's true that tomorrow we are going to be giving 15,000 traders 50,000 each, and that's about 750 million. The cash is ready, and the traders are going to get the cash directly. They are people who have been choosing from the markets directly through their market leaders and iyalojas and babalojas, and each of the 20 local governments or 57 local governments will bring representatives to the ceremony tomorrow, and they will be handed the money. So all of the pains that people go through in getting this kind of facility from the government, they are being cut off so that people can access the money easily. And the most important thing is for the traders to know that it's not money that you just take and then you go to sleep. It's for them to be able to expand their businesses, to be able to help others so that they can also benefit from this kind of arrangement. So tomorrow is going to happen in Lagos.
How are you picking these people? How are you streamlining these traders? How did you get to that 15,000 people that you want to give this 50,000 naira to? How was the selection process? How did you come about these people, and why are they more deserving than the others?
It's not that they are more deserving than the others. Every market in Lagos has a market leader. They have the people we call market masters. Those are the people who will come together and choose the number of people that the authorities are calling for. And they will say, bring us number of people, and they will meet among themselves and choose the people to participate in this pilot program. It's a pilot program. Once it is successful, it's going to continue like that.
Okay, perfect. Let me take a few more questions. I have just 2 minutes on the clock, so I probably will just take one more question and then let you go, sir. Someone said about a place here in Lagos. He says the pedestrian bridge at Ikota School near Mega Chicken in Ikota. The place is like a toilet. Anytime I pass by that bridge, I practically cover my nose. All the area boys and miscreants have turned that place into their public toilets. How do you encourage those people to use that type of bridge? Great question. Honorable Commissioner, would you like to respond?
Thank you so much. I am not familiar with that bridge, but that's not the problem. If there is a bridge or any other bridge like this that is seen by people, and a particular bridge that they can identify this kind of a problem with, we will send our people there to go and watch and lay in wait for people who come and mess up this place so that we can deal with them, because it's not, we deal with them in a manner that such people should be there to take them to the law, take them to law enforcement agencies, they get arrested and they get punished for being a public nuisance and for this indecency that they are trying to perpetrate in Lagos. We will take care of that place, Ikota Bridge. We have taken note of it.
Okay. Lastly, Honorable Commissioner, one quick question because my time is over. Someone says, the Commissioner said the meter is free. Please, where are the funds received from the masses? Where does it go to? More so, the government is aware of the harassment from hoodlums to not just truck drivers, even dealers coming from the port, going to Ladipo, etc. I also want to add, Honorable Commissioner, that people who are just going there about their businesses in Lagos every day are harassed by these hoodlums. Sometimes, they act like they're begging, but then, they try to force you to give them monies, whether you like it or not. In closing, because we have just 50 seconds, sir.
Thank you so much. I was talking about the meters that we bought in bulk about 2 years ago that we gave to people. It's not possible for you to satisfy the whole of Lagos, but we started it. We wanted to test the system to see how we could help. And that was why we went into that program at that particular time. When the guy who was talking about hoodlums, I've always said the Lagos is a victim of its own success. People come into Lagos unrestrained and in that, in any way at all. They come in, nobody stops you. So when they get to Lagos, they begin to find where to stay. They begin to
Honorable Commissioner, I'm so sorry to speak over you. I'm so sorry to speak over you. Just give us a quick few seconds. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up in a minute. Okay, just stay with us.
I Beg to Differ Season 7 is about to start. 32 debaters selected from a pool of over 200 entries. 33 topics drawn from various facets of life. One winner, 1 million naira. Join Femi Abong Daniels and me Mondays to Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. to catch every show. For sponsorship, call 070-3498-4352 or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ Season 7, a tournament of champions.
We get one love, we're showing big love, making homes available to everyone. Let's grow peace and build unity, so every one of us can live as one.
Hey, this Valentine's season, other homes don't carry one love promo to Nagidigba for everyone to enjoy. With 25% to 45% discount, come buy your own land. Take celebrate with your lover this season. For this one love promo, with as low as 50,000 naira initial deposit, you said don't become landlord with that to make you live in peace and unity with your family. Plus, say Adron Home go summer you 12 to 48 months payment plan. We gift items for this one love promo season. No gree make this opportunity pass you by. Or you call this number 0813-421-6595 or 0909-393-4115. Adron Homes one love promo. Terms and conditions deal. Adron Homes.
Building cities, communities, and homes.
A show that awakens your passion for travel and exploration. A fresh door to a world of thrilling tours, cultural wonders, excitement, inspiration, and discovery. Welcome to Travel and Culture, where the love for travel meets the magic of radio. Join us as We embark on virtual journeys, bringing you the best of travel tips, first-hand experiences from bustling cities, serene landscapes, and fun spots across the globe. We uncover hidden gems that makes the world a travel paradise. Join us on Travel and Culture every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Get ready to set sail into a world of wonders. Travel and Culture. Discover the world with us.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted suspended the Chicago certificate. All right, we're back. It's still Hard Facts, and we're wrapping up on the show. We still have Mr. Gbenga Omotoso, who is the Honourable Commissioner for Information and Strategy. And before we wrap up, Honourable Commissioner, you were trying to make a case. In 30 seconds, I'll let you wrap things up before we say goodbye, so we can let you go back to your business.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was talking about the guy who was talking about hoodlums harassing people on the streets and asking them for money. We've been doing a lot to take people off the streets. All those kids you see banging your car window, saying that you should give them money. We've been moving them away from the streets. But like I said, Lagos is a victim of its own success. They keep on coming, but we will not allow them to turn Lagos into another thing. So we continue to take them off the street. And all those hoodlums as he's talking about, they will continue to collaborate with the police to see how they can get off the streets.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you, Honourable Commissioner. I'm sure that it was worth all the wahala that I gave to you for the past few weeks. It's so good to have you finally come on the show. Hopefully, we can get you back sometime soon to talk more about all the things that are happening in Lagos State. Honourable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Gbenga Omotoso, thank you once again for coming on Hard Facts.
Thank you. Anytime, any day I'll come.
All right. Thank you. Well, my name is Mary Ann Okon. Thanking you all for being part of Hard Facts, the abridged version. I Beg to Differ begins right after this show. Yes, Femi Obong Daniels and Ivana Haifa will be here. And the kids today are going to be debating as if their lives depend on it. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's your girl Sharon Oja from Fluff.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates